Ted Cruz went on a conservative Christian TV show, and Right Wing Watch got some great video of him being extremely fundamentalist.
Do you agree, as a senator, that our founders were under some kind of a powerful umbrella of divine providence influencing them?
It was from the founding of our country. America has enjoyed God's providential blessing. I mean, at every stage, when 56 men signed their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, signing the Declaration of Independence, declaring war on the mightiest army on the face of the planet, that made no sense by earthly logic. There was no way on earth this ragtag bunch of colonies could prevail, and yet we did. When the Declaration and Constitution were drafted, they were drafted on the knees of the Founding Fathers through prayer. Mm-hmm. If you look at the Civil War, a bloody war of brother against brother that spilled gallons of blood, working to expunge the original sin of this nation that was slavery. That Civil War should have ripped this country apart forever. And it was only with God's blessing that this country came back together. In World War II, standing up against the grotesque evil that was the Nazis. Again, God shined His grace on this nation, and the American people rose to save the free world. You go to the 1980s, where with Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher and Pope John Paul II, we won the Cold War without firing a shot. Yep. At every stage, and it is really the source of my optimism today. You know, there are a lot of people in America who are feeling despondency, feeling despair, and the threats are great. They are as great or greater than anything we've ever faced. And yet I'm convinced, James, God is not done with America.
Ted Cruz is the quintessential politician. Whatever audience he's in front of, he's going to play to the audience and try to walk this fine line, this middle ground that allows him to pander, but at the same time say enough of the stuff to keep his base happy. He really is. Every single thing about this guy is calculated. Every single thing about this guy is fake, and it's oozing with insincerity. Even the way he talks, I don't want to get too far off onto this, but just the way he talks gets under my skin because nobody really talks like that. Nobody really talks like that. But it's this show that he's putting on. It's this persona, this aura that he's adopted. But the bigger reason why I wanted to discuss this is I sincerely believe that that kind of mentality, that kind of ideology and thought process that we just saw right there, it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Not only because it's not true, right? I mean, the whole point of the U.S. was we are a secular nation. It's right there in the First Amendment. I mean, how many times does the Constitution reference Jesus? 0. How about God? 0. The Bible? 0. And the only time it mentions religion is to say, you shall not establish one, and there shall be no religious test for office. So we're explicitly a secular nation. Okay, so they're wrong, but it's dangerous because you've decided that we are God's people. Now, that seems to many people, that seems benign. The idea that, well, God wants us to lead the world. We're God's people. No, that's a bad thing because when you define yourself as God's people, that means what you're saying is, we are good by definition. We are good from the get-go. From the jump, we know we're good. We're always good. So when you think like that, you are much more willing to accept atrocities in your name and violence in your name because, again, you've already decided you're the good people, so when you do violence, when you kill civilians, when you torture people, when you have extrajudicial prisons like Guantanamo Bay and Abu Ghraib, when you spy on everybody, then it's no, it's okay because we mean well. We mean well, we're God's people, we're looking out for the world, so this is what we do. And then, of course, it's that mentality that makes people turn a blind eye to the fact that we have 900 military bases around the world, we're an imperial power, 57% of our discretionary spending goes to the military. We're fighting not only in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. We're also doing drones in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. We're killing thousands of civilians. It's that kind of mentality that's dangerous because it lets people passively accept what our government is doing because it's okay, we mean well, we're the good people, everybody understands. We get a pass whenever we do something bad. Wrong. Every single imperial power throughout history told themselves that same fucking lie. That lie of, it's okay, we mean well, we are God's people, we are the people that have the right values system, and we're just spreading the proper values around the world. Again, everybody believed that, from the different Chinese dynasties to the empire in Mali to the Turkish Empire to the Greeks and the Romans. Everybody said the same thing. Now it's just the U.S.'s turn. But the thing that annoys me is it's 2014. We have the internet. We have science. We have technology. How have we not fucking evolved past this? Or how do we not call our country out on this bullshit narrative that so many people believe? How have we not stopped this? But unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, that Ted Cruz argument right there is winning. Because I think there are more Americans that buy that nonsense than don't.